starting very shortly. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing fine so far. I see Craig, E. Brian Walsh, Sandy Lynn. Good to have you over here, Sandy. We got Tiana, Tina. I think I'm screwing your name up there. Hope everyone is doing well. E. Brian Walsh, how's the weather out there in Tennessee? I'm gonna be out and let me know in the chat box. I'm gonna be out in action. I'm gonna be in the Pigeon Forge area pretty soon. 70s in Malibu. All right, very well, very well. Wow. I have sound now. Elena, actually, you always did have sound. I just started. We're gonna wait a couple of minutes. We'll wait about 2-3 more minutes just to let the last minute stragglers in. That's what we'll call them. We won't call them that once they come on. Right, but we're going to just hold off for a second and just let everyone get a chance to actually join us. All right, so hopefully you guys are doing well today. Hopefully everyone is in good spirits. Hopefully things are doing well. Then we will log into my ChatGTP account while we're waiting. How many people have played around with ChatGTP or any of the other AI platforms that are out there? I'm actually going to talk about that a little bit more today because, you know, when it comes to AI, artificial intelligence, there's some really cool things that you can do with it, but there's also some precautions that you should take with it. We'll kind of talk about both, right? So you'll be down the road for me. Oh, you're in Knoxville. Yeah, actually, I think we're flying into Knoxville. There's an incredible steakhouse out there in Knoxville that we went to. Kat is in New Zealand. All right, awesome. Where you guys, let's see, where are you watching from? Where are you joining from? Jane Johnson. But I can see and hear you. All right, where are you guys watching from? Let me know where you, let's see. All right, I'm gonna start, and then those that come in late, they will just be late. So how about that? Let's see. All right, let's do this. Let me go over here. And all right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get started here. Really quickly, let's see where you guys, London, Ontario, Canada. Is this an audio? That's video as well, right? I love Jasper for blog posts. Yeah, Kat, Jasper is really cool. Jasper, that's new. Georgina, Jasper has been around for a while. Actually, Jasper is one of the original AI platforms. So it has been around for a while. I'm gonna resume sharing. I'm gonna stop sharing that. Give me 1 second here, guys. Let me know if you see my video. Jacqueline and Georgina. Good to see you, Georgina, on camera. Hey, here's what I want you to do. I want you guys to unmute yourself really quickly and let me know where it is that you're watching from. So I'm going to ask everyone to unmute themselves. I see a lot of let me know where you're watching.
Kansas.
Kansas.
Nashville. Montreal, Canada.
Wow.
Wilmington, Delaware.
California.
India.
Australia. Australia.
Very cool. Okay. Wow.
Denver, North Carolina.
It's in North Carolina. No one else.
Yes, me. I am.
Very cool. All right. Was that Sirlin? I think it was. Very cool. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna get started with this thing. see a lot of familiar faces, so a lot of people that are part of our live events, a lot of people that are part of our live trainings, a lot of people that actually just joined us on the Digital Wealth Creation Challenge last week. Anyone that joined us on the Digital Wealth Creation Challenge last week? Georgine, I think you were there, right?
Yes, yeah, all day, 6 days.
You were there for all 6 days. Jane Johnson over here, yes, I think you were there as well.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Who's on it?
You were on it, okay. All right,
I
Frederick,
was there for the last 3.
you were there for the last 3, okay. E. Brian says he made 2. Jane says all 6. All right, very cool. Was there anyone here that was at our last Kindle Pathfinder Live event?
Yes, I was.
So was
Okay. All right, very cool. All right, so I just want to see who's who and who's been paying attention over the last couple of months, and then we're going to jump into this. So let's do it right now. So I'm going to ask everyone to go back and mute themselves back out. So if you can mute yourself back out, I'm going to go in. I'll share my, what's that? All right. I'm gonna
Today's my first.
Today's your first time ever joining us?
Yes.
All right, very cool. So let me ask you another question. I'm glad that you just said that. Who here has no idea who I am? If you have no idea who I am, just say me or put me in the chat box.
Me.
All right. So you said me. All right. I guess I'm not as famous as I thought I was. Who here, I'm going to ask you guys to unmute one more time because I want to take a poll. Who here has no idea? I just saw one young lady who sent me, who has no idea who I am. All right, say me or put me.
Me.
Okay, awesome. Very cool. And if you do know who I am, say me.
Me.
Awesome. Okay, so we got more me. So I'm just a little bit famous. So I can go in and brag to my kids that at least 5 or 6 people know me. All right, so we're gonna jump into this thing. I'm gonna ask you guys to mute out. I'm gonna share some really cool information with you. Then at the very end, if anyone wants to come on and ask questions, we'll do that. We'll have a Q&A session, okay? Because I know that we have writers that are on here. We have some writers. We have some people that are not writers. And I want to kind of make sure that we cover everyone. All right, so we cover both the writers as well as the non-writers. So one of the things that we're going to do is before you get started, and most of you can probably hear my voice, but if you can't hear my voice, I'm going to circle this right now so that you can turn your volume up because I'm going to share a lot of information with you that I don't want you to miss. Right, so now, this is the only business where you can do extremely well, even if you don't sell anything. Now that probably sounds a little bit nuts, right? It probably sounds counter to everything that you know. Who here is a writer? Let me ask you that question. If you're a writer, just put a 1 in the chat box. If you are a writer, put a 1 in the chat box, right? So I can see, okay, Sean, Nefertiti, love it name, Teresa, Kelly, all right, E. Brian, Adriana, Susan. All right, so I'm really going to tailor this to the writers as well. Who here is not a writer? Put a 2. I see my friend Betty Powell. Good to have you, Betty. Who here is not a writer? Put a 2 in the chat box if you are not a writer. All right, so I'm going to cater this to you as well. Hoping to finish my book by April, Consuela. Awesome. Consuela, I'm going to hold you to that. All right. Who here has a book that they're currently writing, meaning you have more than 1 page, or you have books that you finished? Put a 3 in the chat box. If you have books that you are currently writing or have finished, put a 3 in the chat box. So Sean, Wendy, Jane, Henry, Teresa, Tina, Susan. Wow, lots of them. Very cool. Okay, so now I'm going to give you some information as well. All right, my 16-year-old son, 608 says Craig Francis. Craig, I need to interview your 16-year-old son because he sounds like he's someone that is just a dynamite kid there. Then introduce him to my 18-year-old son. My 18-year-old son makes about $4,000 a month doing what I'm going to show you. And he started when he was 15 years old. So Craig, reach out to me and I'll introduce my son to your son. All right. So now this is the only business model where you can do extremely well, even if you don't sell anything. All right. Now, before we get started, I want to make sure that you can see my screen. Can everyone see my screen? Give me a yes in the chat box if you can see my screen. All right. All right. Very cool. All right. Awesome. Awesome. So lots of yeses. Now, the next thing is before we get started, can you hear me? And this is for the folks that did hear me. Give me a yes. If you can't hear me, I guess you're gonna give me a no, but if you can hear me, give me a yes. All right, awesome, perfect. Now, as you guys know, right, our community here, the KCF community is is it a positive community or is it a negative community? Like, what do we breed here? What do we breed? Positiveness or negativity? Let us know. For those who have been part of a community for the last couple of months or years or a decade plus, because we've been around forever, is it a positive community or is it a negative community? And the reason why I'm asking that is because every once in a while, we get someone who may not know about the community, and then they'll come in and they'll put some hate in the chat box, right? So we do spread love and positivity. We ask that everyone be very positive. You see something that goes against what you think is believable or what you think is the normal way of doing things, just say, hey, that's not how I do it. But let's just all respect one another and just be super positive, right? If we can do that. Now, what I'm going to show you is for all ages, from 9 to 90. As I said, my 18-year-old, my now 18-year-old son got started with this when he was 15. My 15-year-old daughter, Summer, my son taught. I taught my son, and my son taught my daughter. This is for all genders, all ethnicity, skill levels, all education levels. This is pretty much for everyone. And it doesn't matter where you're at, right? We have people that are all over the place, like my good friend Jane Johnson, who's over there in France, right, Jane? And then we've got my other friend Georgiana, who's over in up in Canada. So this is for everyone. It doesn't matter where you're at. I want to ask you a question. What do all of these people have in common? What do they all have in common? All right. The thing that they all have in common is that they're building out digital publishing businesses, more specifically publishing books, publishing content, fiction and nonfiction on Amazon, right? So they're publishing content on Amazon. Now, the way this works is, this is the very same system that I'm about to give you during this presentation. And you can literally start with this by making $5 a day and $10 a day. And I say these low amounts, you got to see some people that are doing extremely well with this. But I always like to say, listen, there's no such thing as a get rich quick scheme. This is something that you can use and you can build up slowly, and you can build your business to a very nice level, right? And when I say business, if you're a writer, don't take that the wrong way, because writing is a business. It's a craft, but it's also a business, especially if you want to get published or if you want to self-publish or if you want readers, right? If you want readers, it's time to go from looking at your gift, right? And your skill that you have. And instead of looking at it as a hobby, looking at it as a business. You can look at yourself as someone that is extremely talented, but that also has to put some focus on the business side of things, all right? So can we all agree to that? Because that's going to be super important. And I think that that's one of the things that really holds a lot of writers back. And I'm not just picking on the writers, but I noticed that when we have writers that come into this community and they are willing to change the way they think and the way that they've done things traditionally, then they can get incredible results, right? But here's the publishing industry and the standard way of how we've done things has changed so much. Even like over the last 5 years, it's changed, right? So we're going to talk about all of that. How do you promote your books on Amazon? Are you going to cover how we promote these books? Yeah, we can cover a ton of stuff, right? So I'm going to go through this training and then I'll have a Q&A session and then we can cover everything, right? So again, all of these people, what they also have in common is they are taking it upon themselves. So they develop the mantra, which we have in our community, if it's to be, it's up to me. And the reason why I stuck with this is because oftentimes, who here has something in mind? It could be, you have this story that you want to tell. You have a book that you want to get out of you. You have been trying to write your book for the last 5 months or 5 years, or I spoke to a gentleman the other day who's been trying for 30 years. And he said, Ty, for 30 years, I had been writing my book and I came in, I attended one of your events and I've been able to finish that book in a month. So I've gotten more done in a single month than I've been able to get done over the last 30 years, all right? But that's because he was open to having a mindset shift. So now, who here is open to really taking on this mantra of if it's to be, it's up to me? Here's the thing. Oftentimes we might have a husband, we might have a wife, we might have children, we might have family members that don't really understand why we want to do what it is that we want to do. And that could be starting a business, it could be publishing your book, it could be why you're so passionate about writing, it could be, they're not going to see what you see, and they shouldn't. So that's why you should take on this mantra of if it's to be, it's up to me. The gift was given to you. It wasn't given to your husband, to your wife, or to your children, right? Now that was something for myself, but I had to get over. Like I had to get over that 15 years ago. And once I got over it, that listen, this is my thing. And if I want it to work, it's totally up to me, right? So now here's what you're going to learn on this call. You're going to learn the 4 step-by-step blueprint to creating passive daily income without breaking the bank. You're also going to get the entire 3-step system that I use to generate as much as $1,000 a day or more, right? I'm going to show you how to get started in less than 1 hour a week. I'll show you how to scale from $10 a day to $100 a day to $1,000 a day and more. And I'm also going to show you how one of our students quickly went from $0 to $34,000 a month, and how you can do this as a beginner from any country, anywhere, and at any age. And we actually just had a student that just passed this number. He's at $41,000 a month. And that's what I meant earlier by, when I show you some of these numbers, whether they're super low or whether they're super high, I want you to suspend your belief, right? Suspend your belief and suspend your disbelief. I'm going to show you how you can get someone else to do the writing for you if you are someone that's not a writer. And I'm also going to, at the very end of this, I'm going to show you how you can get an early bird scholarship. Now, at the end of this training, as we do with all of our trainings, I'm going to invite you into 2 of our programs. One of them, I'm going to give you an early bird scholarship to if you're one of the first 5 people. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more at the end. So my name is Ty Cohen. For those of you who don't know me, I've been online and in business since the early 2000s, since 2000. I quit my job as a corporate manager at Walgreens Pharmacy 1 year before I started with teaching individuals how to create businesses online and creating my own business. I've been married for 20 years. I have 4 incredible kids, Maya, Summer, Devon, and Tyler. 3 of my kids publish books on Amazon, and they do incredibly well with it. One of them, my son, my oldest son, he wants nothing to do with it, which is fine. I love going to the movies. I got really poor. We struggled a lot. I worked hard to figure it out. I started internet marketing because I couldn't see myself obtaining freedom of time and money working for someone else. This is where we're at right now. For those of you that are traditional writers, we are now in a space where you can't just be, right? You can't just be, right, a writer. Think about that. Like, you cannot be just a writer. You have to be someone that is tuned into marketing. We're going to talk about that. You have to be someone that is tuned into business, right? And for those of you, again, who don't know who I am, some of the biggest names on the planet have suggested my training, the very same training that I'm about to share with you today, to their audiences, and referred to me as the world's #1 expert on the subject of generating passive recurring income. And Christine, stay with me because I saw your message. So it's totally different. So stay with me, Christine. All right. Now let's jump into this thing here. I've helped hundreds of people in my masterminds. I've trained well over 100,000 people on how to make money online. Over 10,000 people have used my programs to change their or their family's lives. Yahoo Finance has named me one of the top entrepreneurs that you need to follow this summer. And many of you have been on my trainings or events like this who know, like, and trust me because I always give you the best of the best information. And this one will be no different. All right, this one will be no different. Now, here's the thing. The next thing is, for over 15 years, I have helped people from all walks of life. My company has been around and helped people longer than all of the brands that you see here. How many people are familiar with any of these brands here? All right. Do you realize that most of these brands just got started within the last decade? So my company, Kindle Cashflow, has been around longer than these businesses here. right? Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Apron, right? So this is where we're at. This is why so many people that are on this call said, hey, I'm familiar with your name, I'm familiar with Utah, I'm familiar with your company. So here's what you need to get started. Whether you're a writer or you're someone that's not a writer, you need a few different things to get started. The first thing that you need to get started is you need a global platform. This is where the money is. Now, what do I mean by global platform? By global platform, I mean you need to be somewhere where your readers, where your buyers are. Right? You need to be somewhere. Right now, we're no longer in an age where you could sell locally, where you could sell just regionally, or even where you should be happy with just selling within your country, right? You now have to have the ability to partner with a global platform. This is where you reach so many people. Who here has ever watched Shark Tank? Let me ask you a question. I was watching Shark Tank last night as I was preparing for a few things. Who here has ever watched Shark Tank? Let me know. I see a few people. Someone says it's on right now. Yes, 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 me. So on Shark Tank, last night I was watching, and there happened to be 3 different entrepreneurs on this one episode, right? 3 different entrepreneurs that came up. The one thing that they had in common was they were selling unheard of amounts of their products, and they were selling them on what platform? Who wants to guess? Right? Dragon's Den, yes, in the UK, very, very familiar. But they were selling like all of these products, that's right, on Amazon. Now they were selling physical products. We're not selling physical products, we're selling digital products, but it speaks to the strength of Amazon and having this global reach, right? So the second thing is you want to model an evergreen digital product that's already proven to sell. So when I say digital products, I'm talking about Kindle books, I'm talking about ebooks, right? The mistake that I find a lot of authors and digital content creators and publishers make is that they fall in love with an idea, and instead of finding out if there's an audience, meaning are there readers and are there buyers that are open to paying for that content, right? Instead of doing the preliminary research, they go and they fall in love with an idea and then they publish it and it doesn't do really well, all right? Who here has a book that they've published and this book is not doing really well? Who here has a book that they've published and it's not doing really well? And I can guarantee that if that's you, this is probably the reason why, right? Not knowing who your audience is. This is key. So we're going to spend some time doing this, all right? I'm going to spend some time going over how you can go in and find out who your audience is. You don't need to live in the US to do this. You do not need any special US business setup. You don't need to deal with physical products. You can literally be anywhere and make this work. This is a very easy system to put in place, as you'll soon see. Right now, before we start, I want to talk about the importance of choosing the right platform to sell from, to make money from, all right? Now, here's the platform, right? So now, I'm going to actually expand this because I want to share something with you that will, the right platform is very important because the right platform will help you to have the level of success that you need to have. Most people actually fail because they start with an online business that takes a long time, that's time consuming, that's super complicated, that requires a lot of things, right? Someone says, I'm just starting to write. Is it okay for me to be on this webinar? Absolutely, right? For new writers that have content published already, 100%. This is for everyone. You need a platform where you don't have to build funnels and websites, right? Where you already have a shopping cart, right? Where you don't have to worry about doing consistent traffic generation, where you don't have to talk to people to sell, where you don't have to go in and create videos, post to social media and build a large following, where you don't have to have a domain name. So you need a platform that doesn't require you to have any of this stuff here, right? That doesn't have any of this stuff, because when you have to have all of this, guess what happens? It makes it easy to give up. Would you admit? Like when there's too many pieces in here, it makes it easier to give up, right? So this is why I would say, hey, this is the model that most people see the most amount of success. Right? So you want to sell from a platform that allows you to sell digital products so that you have location freedom and high profits. The profit margins on digital products, Kindle books, are insane. A platform that's extremely easy and beginner friendly, has consistent streams of buyers. This is really important for writers, non-writers, handles traffic for you. So a platform that takes the orders. These are all things that most people don't think about. A platform that takes the order so that you don't have to deal with that. You don't have to deal with customer support. You don't have to deal with returns. You don't have to deal with traffic, right? A platform that handles everything for you. Platform that has a global audience, right? So that you never limit your income potential. This is why when you watch Shark Tank, start paying attention to the entrepreneurs that come up on Shark Tank, and they kind of mention that they're selling on Amazon. And look at the difference in the number of sales and the revenue that they make versus people that are trying to sell on their own, right? Super important here. You need a platform that has a global buying audience so that you never limit your income potential. I'm going to repeat that right there, right? So these are like the ingredients to doing really, really well. These are the ingredients to doing really, right? Now, here's the other thing. There's only one platform that has all this. Can you guys think of any other platform that has more of a global reach than Amazon, right? Think about it. Like there's no other platform that has the reach that Amazon has. I want to ask you a question here. Do you have an Amazon account? Do you currently have an Amazon account? Yes or no? Right? So everyone pretty much has an Amazon account, right? Now, that just goes to show you how well Amazon has done their job as it relates to marketing. Like everyone here has an Amazon account. So these are the things that you should be thinking about. My readers have an Amazon account. Amazon has created this process, all right, where it makes your readers, and yes, they're your readers, because I'm going to show you how you can start publishing to Amazon and how you can start to get to a point where the folks that are on Amazon that might like romance or mystery or sci-fi or personal development or cooking, right? You can now serve those people, all right? So choosing the right platform is super crucial. It's extremely important, right? By choosing Amazon as your platform to sell from, you end up doing a few things. The first thing is you're able to take advantage of selling to Amazon's nearly 500 million customers across the planet. You don't have to worry about understanding the hassles of building funnels or any of the other stuff that comes along with having your own sites. And because I'm showing you how to sell digital products, Kindle books, all you have to do is list it on Amazon one time and you collect payments over and over and over again, right? This is how you can easily go from $10 a day to $100 a day to $1,000 a day and more in royalties, all right? So now, Amazon also has 213 million buyers that visit their site every single month. They generate over $283,000 a minute, right? And Matthew says, I'm really interested in the types of books you're publishing, right? I love children's books. We have students that publish children's books, romance, fiction, nonfiction, everything, right? Amazon shoppers spend more time on Amazon than the other top 9 retailers combined. So more than Walmart, more than Best Buy, more than Target, more than any of the other online retailers that are out there, right? Amazon shoppers tend to be a little bit more wealthier with an income of $50,000 plus annually. And according to Amazon's own reports, this is where it should become really interesting to you guys. According to Amazon's own reports, there were over 200,000 people just like you globally who made over $100,000 in sales the year before last. That number increased to 225,000, almost 250,000 people last year. So your piece of this gold mine is waiting, right? Now, you might be wondering, Ty, how are we selling digital products on Amazon when I don't have anything or know what to sell? So again, if you're a writer, then this isn't something that should worry you, should concern you, right? I'm going to cover that and I'm going to give you 3 steps of the entire system and everything will fall into place. So now I'm going to share 3 basic steps to profitably publishing digital content on Amazon. Let's jump into this. So the first step is, here's the first step. Find a digital product that is already selling like crazy and model it. So in the chat box, I want you to do me a favor. Are you interested in publishing fiction or nonfiction? Are you interested or are you currently writing fiction or nonfiction? Right, fiction or nonfiction, just put it in here, nonfiction, fiction, ghostwriter for help, right? Someone's doing some self-promotion. Please no self-promotion or else I'm gonna have to kick you out because we don't do self-promotion here. None. And if you don't know if you want to go the fiction route or the nonfiction route, that's fine as well, because I'm going to share that with you also. Okay. So the first step is going in and finding out what your audience, what your desired readers are already interested in. All right. Now, the next thing is let's go in and do this. So there's a few ways to do this. All right. The first thing is understanding that we're selling digital ebooks, also known as Kindle books, because millions of people buy them every day and it's super easy. Right? We're only going to sell what people are already buying. So we're not guessing, we're not reinventing the wheel. Writers, this is what I was talking about earlier when I said, you know, you want to be in the know. Things have changed so much that if you're just writing and you don't know if there's an audience, if there's a reader base out there, you're probably going to be wasting time. You also need something that will make you money day in and day out. Right? So we're looking to only model evergreen topics that will sell and make us money long term. So who here knows what the term evergreen? If you know what evergreen means, or if you don't know what evergreen means, put no in the chat box. If you do not know what evergreen means, put no in the chat box. All right. Put no in the chat box. All right. So there's a lot of people who don't know what evergreen means. Mary, and I see lots of other people. For those of you that do know, and you've seen one of my trainings before, let them know what does evergreen mean. What does evergreen mean? Evergreen means money, absolutely, Joyce. Evergreen means something that you can sell and it's going to be in demand for at least the next decade. It's going to last forever, as Christina just said, right? It continues to sell. So let's, and I want to make sure that everyone understands this. Let's talk about, give us a couple of examples of things that are not evergreen. That are not evergreen. So remember like the fidget spinners, remember those little toys, trends, says Cahill? Absolutely. Yeah, Christmas stories, they're not evergreen, right? They're seasonal. Craig just said that pet rock, not evergreen. That thing came and went, right? Swimming pools, well, I'm talking about as it relates to fashion. Sometimes fashion is not evergreen, it's not continuous, it does come back around. So there's so many different things, right? So when you're publishing, Cabbage Patch down 100%, Craig. So when you're publishing, when you're thinking about what should you write, if you are in it to make money, and it doesn't only have to be to make money, but if you want to kind of monetize your skill, here's what you want to do. You want to think about the subject that I'm going to be publishing. Will people be interested in purchasing this today as well as 10 years from now? That's what you should be thinking about, all right? So I'm going to give you a couple of genres that would fall into that. Personal development. And you guys feel free to comment in the box, right? What do you guys think are some genres that can be considered evergreen? Romance, mystery, as I said earlier, personal development, cooking, business, right? Tech, travel, sci-fi, self-help, gardening. Gardening is never going to go out of style, right? Kids' picture books, business leadership, never going to, right? Marketing, hobbies, travel, fitness. So you guys get it, right? So now from the fiction side, let's go on the fiction side. I saw what hobbies and fitness and health. So what are some things? So family relations, so spirituality, right? What else? Affiliate marketing, right? Murder mystery, says Sean, right? Absolutely. Parenting. So we're only selling short 10 to 50 page Word documents that can quickly be created, listed, and sold on Amazon. These are not long 100-page books. And now here's the thing. If you do have long stories, you can break these up and you could sell them as Kindle books. Super, super, super simple to do. Right? So you can break them up and you can sell them as Kindle book. Right? Now, the next thing is, how do you go to market for it? Really, really simple. Right? So these are digital and easy to create. You could sell fact, fiction, Amazon, Kindle books. Right? The other thing is you don't have to create the content. I'll show you how you can do this. it's estimated that nearly 100 million people own a physical Kindle device, and even more people have a Kindle app, right? So even more people have a Kindle app, right? So who here has a physical Kindle device, and who here has the app? I'm just curious, put device or app in the chat box here, right? Now, here's the thing. Here's step one. The first thing is you find a digital product to model, right? Here's two simple ways to find out what's already selling so that you can model it for success. The first is you can go over to Amazon. You can do this for fiction and nonfiction, all right? You go over to Amazon. Let's go over to Amazon.com, right? And give me some examples of what we should do a quick market research session on. Put a couple of topics in the chat box and I'll cover some. All right, let's see. Let me see what is coming up here. Short stories, brush lettering, Cahill, farming. What else do we have? Spirituality, mystery, children's books, cooking, knitting, bass, ChatGTP. I think that's a little bit too new. I'm gonna let Gary in Toronto in here. Comics, thriller, all right? I like to use the example of keto dieting. Because it's really easy to understand this. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use keto dieting. Now, new is not bad, no. So when you go into doing your market research, here's the thing. You can do this for fiction and nonfiction, but the ways that you would go in and do the research are totally different, all right? And if you guys are in the Digital Wealth Creation Facebook group, I posted this entire layout for you, right? Did any of you guys get that? Let me go over to Facebook and see if I'm gonna stop my sharing and then I'm gonna reshare, right? Because I shared this on Facebook with you guys in the Digital Wealth Creation Challenge, and I want to give this to you because I think it's going to be really important for those of you that might be publishing both fiction and nonfiction. Right, so I'm going to go over here and let me reshare my screen. Let me know once you can see it again. Give me 2 seconds. So if you can see it, if you can see my screen, just let me know. You should see my Facebook screen. So I'm going to go over to the Digital Wealth Creation Challenge group. And in this group, I went in and I posted. We had so many great people go in and post their videos. This is awesome. All right, so here. This post right here is how you can go and do market research. This is how you would do it for fiction books. This is how you would do it for nonfiction, right? So fiction books and nonfiction. I'm going to give you another way of how you can do this for nonfiction. So going back to Amazon, let's say if we typed in keto, first thing you want to do is you want to come up here where it says books, right? And then type in your subject, right? So I'm going to say keto. Or I can go in and I can put in keto diet. You want to make it as simple as possible, right? Now what we're going to do is we're looking for books that are already out there. We want to make sure that we're looking for books that already have reviews, that have at least 500, right? At least 500 4-star reviews. So if you look at this one, I'm going to give you guys a quiz really quickly. How many reviews does this book have? 30 Lazy Keto. How many reviews does it have? Put it in the chat box. It has 3,752, right? So this one would fit our criteria. So I'm going to open it up. The first criteria is at least 500 4-star reviews. And if I hover over the ratings, you can see where it has 4.5 out of 5. So you want it to be at least 4 out of 5, right? And you want there to be more than 500. Now I'm going to continue scrolling down. How about this one? Does this one fit our criteria? Yes or no? Yes or no? And the more you do this market research, the easier it gets. The more you do this, the easier it gets. So does that one, let's see, someone says no, no, no. All right, so no, it doesn't. So I'm gonna skip past that one. This one does not, this one does not, this one does not, right? So there's, how about this one, Simply Keto? This one does, right? So there's 9,595, 4.6 reviews. Right, ratings out of 5. So that one right there. So I'm open that one up. Now that's the first criteria. The second criteria is it should be available for sale. Right, so you should see it available for sale in some format. So I'm not logged into my account. So because I'm not logged into my account, it's not going to really give me a true indication as if it's for sale or not. But this one here, now, so you want to make sure that there's a price point. Now we see a price point on 3 different formats. So the Kindle version, the paperback version, the screen version. That means that there's people that are doing what? What does that mean? There are people that are doing what? That are buying this, right? That are paying, absolutely, Aaron, right? FixSpot is an app that I use to make sure that some of the vendors are honest and real. That's all. That has nothing to do with Kindle Publishing Go. So now, second criteria, making sure that there's a price point attached. The third criteria is if you scroll all the way down here, you want to make sure that the bestsellers ranking is at least 25,000 or less. All right, so the BSR is at least 25,000 or less. Right now, that means that this is a book that's in the lower the number on the BSR ranking, the greater that it's selling, the more that it's selling. Does that make sense, guys? So 3 criteria. What's the first one? The first criteria is you want to have at least 500, right? Absolutely. Thank you, Sean. 500 4-star ratings or greater. The second is you want to have a price point attached because you want to make sure that there's people that are paying for this. The third thing is you want to make sure that there's a demand. So with the lower this number, so it should be lower, right, than 25,000. So 25,000 or less, because that means that there's a demand. That means that there's people that are actively buying this thing. It's not just sitting on the shelves. So I'm going to go through those one more time. Does anyone want me to go through those one more time and I'll explain them in more detail if so? Right? Anyone want me to go through those one more time and I'll explain them in detail? Right? Okay, so let's see if I get enough yeses in here. So here, the first thing is you want at least more than 500 4-star reviews. David, you're right on it. David put it all in there. He says 500 4+ star ratings or greater, right? The second criteria is that you want to make sure that there's a price point attached. So when you're doing this, 500 more reviews that at least are 4 stars or greater, that means that this book has some good quality content. I'm going to talk about each point and why we're doing this. The first is this means that this book is something that people love. More people like it than they hate it, right? Look at this. There's more 5 stars than there are 4 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars, and 1 stars combined. Would you agree? 78%. And here, if we add all of these up, that's 18, 20, 22. Right? So that's why you want to do this first exercise. The second exercise, making sure that there's a price point, you want to make sure that that's there because you want to make sure that you have buyers. We're not just writing content or publishing content just for our good health. You want to make sure that there's buyers. The third thing is you want to make sure that the BSR is less than 25,000 because you want to make sure that this thing is still selling, that people are, remember we talked about evergreen? You only want to publish content that's evergreen. So you want to make sure that this is still actively selling. So if you see something that's in like the 80s or the 50s or the 100s, or that means that it's not moving fast enough. But if it's 25,000 or less, then that means that it is moving fast, right? There's a demand. No, I'm sorry, not 2,500, 25,000. Right, 25,000. Okay, so there you go. Right, so does all of that make sense? Right? All right, there you go. All right, so all of that makes sense. All right, perfect, perfect. So now I'm gonna go back over here. Now the next thing is, you can also do the same research on Udemy. You can go over here and look at things that people are selling on Udemy and say, all right, is there a demand or not? All right, so that's another way of doing it. And in the program, I actually go into more detail on that, right? I wanted to show you, and I also talk about how do you go in and do this for both fiction and nonfiction, right? So as I shared over here in the Facebook group, you can, I have this right up here where I show you how to do it, how to go in and look at your market research for fiction, right? So there's a lot here. If you guys want to take a quick screenshot of that, keep that, all right? Or if not, you can go find it in the Facebook group. And I'll show you how to get into the Facebook group at the end, all right? So now the next thing is, once we're done there, we want to make sure that we're publishing books that are shorter books, and if you have longer content, you can break them down, right? I like to aim to make $500 to $1,000 a month per ebook that I publish. So if I publish 10 ebooks, then I like to make sure that I'm aiming for $5,000 to $10,000 a month in revenue, right? The next thing is, think about this, right? This is something that is super fast and easy. So using what I've given you here, how long does it take you to find the best-selling Kindle book idea? Using what I've given you so far, how long do you think it'll take you to find the best-selling Kindle book idea? Probably just a couple of minutes, right? These are your typical Kindle books. You can publish fiction or nonfiction. They're short in length, so 25 to 50 pages. It can be created in less than a week. So you don't have to even write them. I'll show you how you can get your content created. The covers cost no more than $20. They're highly lucrative. You can upload these things once to Amazon and they sell over and over and over again for years and years. All right. So again, fiction and nonfiction. You can do this, all right? The second step is, now that you know exactly what will sell for you, here's how you can get your money made on Kindle ebook created super fast. The first is, like, this is super simple. These are 25 to 50 page Kindle ebooks. You're in a golden age of fast and easy content creation. It's days to have these things created, makes you money for years, right? It's never been as easy and as cheap and fast to get your Kindle written as it is right now, right? So these things don't take, if you do, then you're doing something wrong, right? You're doing something wrong. Now, there's 3 ways to get your content created. First way is, number one, you can go in, you can have someone who loves writing, write it for you. These are very short, 25 to 50 pages. It's super easy to find these people. How many people are open to using ghostwriters, even if you're a writer? So whether you're a writer or you're not a writer, type me into the chat box, put yes or put no, right? If you are open to using a ghostwriter, put yes in the chat box. And if you are not open to using a ghostwriter, put no in the chat box. How many people realize that there's a ton of famous authors who've used ghostwriters? Lots and lots and lots of famous authors who have used ghostwriters. And they continue to. Like people like James Patterson. Put the names of a couple of famous authors who use ghostwriters in the chat box, if you know of them. Clive Custer, says Sean. Stephen King, says Shannon. Jennifer says Stephen King as well, right? Tom Clancy. Tom Clancy has been dead. Look at this. Like, this guy passed away a while ago. And he still is cranking out content. How is that even possible? He died October 1st, 2013. October 1st, 2013. Now, let's do this. Let's go over here to Amazon and I'm going to type in Tom Clancy. Actually, I'm going to do something here. Look, let's go over to Google. We'll type in, when did Tom Clancy die? Look at this. He died October 1st, 2013. Now, if I go over here to Amazon, what do you think we're going to find? Tom Clancy, right? Newest books. Take a look at this. Now, he used ghostwriters before he passed, but he's also still using them in his afterlife. This is one of the true meanings of a ghostwriter, right? Like, think about this. Like, the guy has a ton of books that have been published. This one was published in 2021, 23, right? 2023. So some of the most famous best-selling authors are not opposed to using ghostwriters. Neither should you. There's so many different things that you can use when there's so many ways that you can benefit if you're open to just switching things up or adding on to the way that you do things. You can go in and easily have someone create content for you while you're still creating your own content if you're a writer. Like you can have your passion projects on your side, but you can have your projects that make money that you publish to Amazon, right? So there's so many different ways to do this, right? Now, guys, really quickly, who here wants to go in and see? Here's one of my favorite sites that I like to use to hire ghostwriters. It's called Upwork.com. And I'm going to show you how you can literally go in and hire someone. Let's see if my browser comes up, right? You can hire someone to write fiction and nonfiction for you. So let's look at some of the fiction posts that I have here. Actually, so I got a fiction post, and then I have, let me just move it here. What do I have? I've got nonfiction. So here's a report on how to raise happy kids. So we'll look at both. So look at the people that have come in and been on this. So this person says, well, that I need a 25-page report on how to raise happy kids. I phrase it as a report because if I go in and I say a book written on how to raise happy kids, what happens? What do you think happens? Now the value, right? The cost becomes a lot more. So the way you word it is super important. It's extremely important in the way that you word it. Right? So I just want to make sure that everyone gets that. It's extremely important in the way that you word it. Right? Now, so I go in and I say, hey, I'm willing to pay $175. Now look at all of the bids that I get in here. Right? All of the bids that I get in here. Right? From the US, Nigeria, Turkey. I mean, you just get a ton of bids that come in. And I'll show you how you can filter through these bids. Look at the job post that I put up here. It just basically says, hey, I'm looking for a 25-page report on how to raise happy kids. I'm looking to hire someone in the US, the UK, Australia, Canada, South Africa, Jamaica, or Puerto Rico. I'm looking for content similar to what you would find in a book like this. And this is where we give them the link that's based off of a market research that we did over on Amazon. Does that make sense? And then I'm saying, hey, I'm only looking for unique content, meaning nothing that you turn in should be plagiarized or stolen from other sources, especially the book that we included here. All right. That link is only for your reference and to give you an idea of what we're looking for. So this is how you can go and you can put up a post for nonfiction. And here's a fiction post that I put up. I'm looking for someone to write a 25-page romance story. Right. And it's very similar. Right. You get bids that come in. This is how a lot of our students see the levels of success that they're seeing. Right now, look at this here. So you go in and the job posting is pretty much very similar. I'm not going to go over the entire thing, but I just wanted to show you guys how simple this is. Like this is easy stuff. It's not something that's extremely complicated here when you have the system. Now, the second way is you can go and you can speak it and you can have it transcribed. So this is for people that have a particular area. You can simply go over to Google and you can use their transcription option. So if you go over to tools and you type in, you select voice typing, hit click to speak, and now what happens is it starts transcribing voice, right? So you can say, you can literally read out what it is that you want to say here. Then you can go and you can edit it, right? Or you can send it up to an editor. Consuela is asking a great question. Upwork versus Fiverr. I prefer Upwork 100% hands down, all right? Someone asking, how can you ensure that they're not plagiarizing, right? As Jim Stokes just said, thank you, Jim. There's sites that can do that, right? There's sites that where you can go in and there's a ton of them, right? So now the third way that you can go in, you can get created is you can write it yourself. There's a lot of people that are writers here, so you can definitely go in, you can write it yourself, right? So super, super simple. It's therapeutic. It's very easy. These are 25 to 50-page books. They can be written in a week once you know the format. Super simple to do. I want to ask you a question. Using any of the three options that I've shown you here, You can have your Kindle ebook up and ready to start making money in less than a week, maybe less than that, less than a week or less than that, right? Now, we have another option, and this is AI, artificial intelligence. Who here has heard of AI before, right? AI sources such as ChatGPT allows you to go in and do some really cool things. You can use AI to ideas for your books. You can use AI to come up with book titles. You can use AI to come up with structure, the bones and partial content for your books. But you don't want to use AI to write an entire piece of content that you would then upload to Amazon. Don't do that. Use it for everything else, right? So you can come over here to, who here has not seen ChatGPT? Right? Who here has not seen ChatGPT? And Kathy, you were just asking what site do I use to find ghostwriters? It's Upwork.com. So Upwork.com. So this is what ChatGPT looks like. All right. I can simply come over to ChatGPT and I can say, give me 10 ideas for a thriller novel. Oh, I got both of them spelled out here. All right, so I can come in and I give me 10 ideas. I'm actually going to change it up to romance novel because I think guys, oh, children's books. We can do that. Absolutely, Sean. I'll do that as well. So take a look at this. The different ideas. Now, this helps when you have writer's block. Who has ever suffered from writer's block? You can also say, so take a look at this, a second chance romance between lovers who reunite later, right? A love triangle between three best friends, a love story between a celebrity and their personal assistant. And it use AI to kickstart ideas. You can also say, what else can we say? Give me ideas, 5 ideas for a children's book for kids between the ages of 2 and 5. Take a look at this, a colorful picture book about the adventures of a curious and playful animal character. An interactive book with flaps, pop-ups, and other surprises to engage young readers. A story about a child who goes on. So there's so much that you can do with this. All right? Give me some, what else can we type into this thing? What else? Give me some other ideas here. Anything else here, guys? Let's see. Give me money mindset. Oh, we could say, how do I design a book cover? Right, so again, so it can literally give you just tons of different ideas. Now, ChatGPT is, and all of the other AI sources that are out there, right? You want to use this stuff for good and not for bad. Again, you want to only use it to come up with ideas, come up with titles, come up with the structure, the bones, and partial content for your books. You can use it for so many different things. You can say, hey, give me ideas for a self-development book. Let's see. Please, which site do you use? This is ChatGPT, right? Chat. Oh, let's say penning, right? Give me 5 upcoming children's book. Lily Rainbow, Max Adventure, Bella the Brave, Charlie Chirp, Amelia Adventure. You guys see that? So there's a lot that you can do. Give me an outline for book number. Give me an outline Book number 5, suggestion number 7 on romance idea. Well, here, you can do this. Give me an outline for a short story Western romance. Let's see what happens. Here's a simple outline for a short story Western romance. Introduction. Setting, a small Western town in the late 19th century. Do you see how powerful this is? There literally are no excuses now. Think about this. Right? There's literally no excuses. Yeah, just type ChatGTP into Google and you'll find it. So if you go over to Google and type in ChatGTP, I mean, it gives you everything: the introduction, the conflict, the rising action, the climax, the resolution. Right? So I mean, guys, there's no barriers here. Everyone can now publish content. And again, you're using this to come up with ideas, right? This is how our students get to these levels: $41,232.90 in 1 month, right? Here's another one: $10,213.85 in 1 month, right? This is how they're able to do this. Now, normally the program here that we have available sells for $5, right? Typically, that's where you'll find this program. The price has increased recently, but that's what it is. But as I said at the very beginning, I'm going to offer a couple of early bird scholarships for the first 5 people, right? So early bird scholarship for the first 5 people that go in. Now, the third step, this shows you how, like, you literally just go list your Kindle book on Amazon and you start selling it. And in the program, we show you how to go in and market them and as well, so that you get maximum visibility. But Amazon does not charge you to open an account. It takes less than 10 minutes to get started. All countries are accepted. You can get started using any device, right? A laptop, a tablet, or a cell phone. You simply go over to kdp.amazon.com and you can get started, right? So super, super simple. Modeling what's already selling plus digital evergreen content plus global customer access equals massive profits. This is how you do it. Now, remember at the very top of this training, I talked about there's a second way that you can make money with this without selling. You can make money even if your books don't sell, right? This is how you do it. Here's how that's done. Amazon has a program that is exclusive to Kindle publishers, right? It's called Kindle Unlimited. Who here has never heard of Kindle Unlimited? If you have never heard of it, just put no in the chat box. If you've never heard of Kindle Unlimited, put no in the chat box. All right? If you've never heard of Kindle Unlimited, no in the chat box. I'm just curious here. If you've never heard of Kindle Unlimited, put no in the chat box, right? And if you have heard of Kindle Unlimited, put yes in the chat box. Right? If you have heard of Kindle Unlimited, put yes in the chat box. I'm just curious as to how many people. Right, so lots of people have. Right, lots of people have. More people have than they have not. Right? So Nancy says, Nancy, who has the last name as me, says, what is your gain in this if we can do it all by ourselves? Well, that's the thing, Nancy. So sure, you can do it all by yourself. But there's also, there's the give and take. You know, doing it all by yourself is literally the harder way of doing it. Doing it with a system is much easier. That's why we get our students who are able to get to these points here, right? Because they have a system. And many of these students were not able to get to these levels before when they were trying to do it on their own, right? That's why. So we have a system that we put thousands of people through, and that thousands of people have gotten results from. But again, there's many publishers and there's many writers that are on this training right now that have been writing for years and they can barely sell 1,000 books, right? So that's it. So this is how with Kindle Unlimited and using what we teach you in the program, this is how some of our students are also able to achieve income off of their page reads. So here's one of our students, her name is Gabby. She's a mom of or she just had a brand new baby, right? And take a look at this. Like, look at the number of page reads. Who here as an author or as a writer would love to have this many page reads in a single month? Just in November, 678,000 readers have read, her books. Like, not 678,000 readers, but this is the number of page reads here. She's had 1,251 orders for her books. This is why, as I think it was Nancy Cohen who was asking, like, why do we provide a service if someone can do it? Well, because doing it on your own is not going to show you these types of results. And if you do get to this period, it literally will take you 3-4 years or so, right? All right, so that's it. Right, so that's it. Now, just last month alone, Amazon has paid out over $40 million for page reads in 1 month, right? So in fact, Amazon has paid out over $450 million in just the last year alone. So this program has been around for years. So the Kindle Unlimited, Kindle Select program has been around. Put Amazon's power and reach to work for you, right? So here's the system recap. All you need are 3 things. Number 1, you need a global platform. This is where the money is, a global platform, right? You model an evergreen digital product that's already proven to sell, fiction or nonfiction. You get access to customers worldwide, and this is how it's done, right? So each ebook that you publish can become another stream of income, as with our student Seth here, right? Where Seth did $1,057.23 in 1 day. In 1 day. So you get inevitable results, right? Your results become inevitable. You no longer are leaving this up to a game of chance. You control everything and it works fast, and your daily earnings potential is huge. All right, so I've shown you the system. I've shown you proof that it actually works. Before I get to the end of this training, you can now get in for $997, which is a $4,000 savings off of a normal price point of $4,997. You can join by going to kindlecastro.com/order, and you have 2 paths. So this speaks to what Nancy was asking. He says, why would someone sign up? Well, the first is you can go at it alone, which is very doable. You'll hit some roadblocks, right? You'll face a lot of trial and error. It may take you longer, probably much longer, trying to do it on your own. Or you can piggyback off of a success and a system that we've put together that works, where we've taken multiple people through the same process, right? 36 months. This is how long it took me to earn $1,000 a day while working a 9 to 10-hour day job that I hated and staying up until 2 a.m. in the morning trying to figure out how to build my online business through trial and error. That's how long it took. Now, look at this, 8 to 12 weeks. This is the time that it takes some of our most dedicated students to hit $1,000 a day when they could get nothing else to work for them. This is the difference. So this is the difference here, Nancy. Having a system with anything is going to show you much better results than if you were doing it on your own, right? Right? David says, was this only on book sales? Yes, absolutely. Just on book sales, right? Only on book sales. That's it, right? There you go. A great question here. And any questions that you guys have, make sure that you post them because I will be covering all of the questions, right? How many pen names does Amazon allow? Several. So they allow several, right? Knowing exactly what to do. The biggest challenges of trying to do this on your own is knowing exactly what to do step by step, all right? Yes, I'm going to share the scholarship with you in just a moment as well. Someone had just asked about the scholarship. Knowing the secrets to generating massive amounts of buyers and sellers. And that is the scholarship. So if you go over to kindlecastro.com/order, you're going to save $4,000 off of the normal price of this program. So instead of $4,997, you'll get in for $997. Knowing what genres and categories and topics to start with, right? Not being able to stay focused, suffering from shiny object syndrome. The reason why most people don't succeed is because they don't have the ability to stay put with one thing long enough. So we help you overcome shiny object syndrome. Then having a scarcity mindset, right? Not willing to take some risk. The people that understand the importance of taking risks are often the people that see more success in any area of life, right? Being safe. Like the world will tell you to be safe, play it safe, but there's no reward of that. having access to mentors in a community who are doing it correctly and want to share with others exactly what they do. So this is doing it on your own versus having a proven system. These people have this proven system that we're giving to you over at kindlecashflow.com/order, right? And yes, I can do a recap on the numbers. So being able to follow in the footsteps of people who've already done this, right? This is the fastest way to see success in anything, right? The other thing is there's no barriers to entry. It works for anyone. There's no experience required, no ongoing costs, no ongoing SEO, no technical issues, right? No glass ceilings. There's no websites that you have to build out. There's no funnels to build out, no limits, right, to any of this stuff. So it becomes very, very easy. We put together a complete package of training, tools, hand-holding, support, and a community of others that will actually help you. We're giving you everything that you need to change your life or business starting today, right? So we're giving you everything that you need, and it's the entire Kindle Cashflow program. The entire Kindle Cashflow program is what you'll get access to, right? I'm going to give you access to something that is so life-changing and secret that you have to sign a confidentiality document promising that you won't share it, all right? The only people that get into this are people that will sign this confidentiality document. Who here is open to signing the NDA so that you can get access to this thing? That's the only way, right? So now you're gonna get access to a tried, tested, and proven step-by-step system backed by 15 years of teaching thousands of successful students of all backgrounds across the planet, how to make life-changing money selling digital content. This works so well that I have even taught it to my own children. You'll get the reassurance that you also get the most up-to-date methods of doing this, as well as the security of knowing that myself, my team, and our community have and always will be around to support you and your business. In fact, we've been around longer than some of the planet's most famous companies and brands, right? You'll get the entire system so that you can go at your pace. So before I get to the end of this training, right now, you can save yourself $4,000 by getting in, by visiting kindlecashflow.com/order. Type that into your browser and you can get in right now for just $997, all right? Now, this includes module number 1, welcome to the Kindle Cashflow Family Alliance. In this module, we introduce you to the Kindle Cashflow family. One of the quickest ways to see success in anything is to align yourself with others that are on a similar mission as you, right? You'll get your mindset is key, how to almost instantly develop the mind of a millionaire. In this module, we show you how to move forward, think, and set goals in a way that benefits you the most. This section is at the beginning because it's the starting points of success for most of our students who hit big numbers quickly. You'll get module number 3, our automation domination module, which shows you how to successfully set up your KDP account. So in this module, we show you how to avoid the many mistakes that many people make when trying to set up their Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing account. Right? You'll also understand and avoid the mistakes that they unknowingly make that end up costing them thousands and thousands in missed sales, marketing opportunities, and lost time. You'll get module number 4 of a market research profit maximizer, right? In this module, we get into the behind the scenes secret sauce that allows me, my children, and our students and coaches to make huge amounts of money with Kindle Publishing, right? You'll get module number 5, which is our outsourcing magic module. We show you how to leverage your time and profit potential with outsourcing, right? And then you'll also get module number 6, which is the formatting your Kindle ebooks for maximum sales module. So now here's the thing, you're going to get everything that's listed here, right? You'll get the entire program. The total value of this is $8,043. With everything that you get, plus the earnings potential, you can see why this program is a good deal, right? At $5,000. And someone's asking, they said, hey, I've got a family member who purchases, can I use theirs or do I need to purchase my own? It's one usage per person, so you wouldn't need to purchase your own. So here's the early bird scholarships. For the next 5 people, and I saw where 2 people had actually got in already, this discount will expire after my next 4 slides. So if you're not in already, this is your last chance to get in. You can do so by going to kindlecashflow.com/order. That's going to save you $4,000. And after that, the price goes back to $4,997. So you can get in right now if you're one of the first next 3 people, because as I said, we have 2 that just ordered already. So we have 3 more scholarships available. This discount will expire after my next 4 slides. You can go over to kindlecashflow.com/order to place your order. All right. Now, we're limiting this to just a few people. If you visit the link that I give you and you see the word sold out on the order page, that means that you missed out on getting in. Right. So that's the thing. So if you missed out, unfortunately, there's nothing else that we can do. This works and it works really well. So here's some student results. This is from Chris Brown. He says, I just got my 400th book sale. 400th book sale. This is from another student on the left-hand side. He says, this month will be my first month hitting $5,000 a month. All right. So think about that. Right. Lifetime membership. Absolutely, Sean. Right. So lifetime membership. Right. Someone says, can you please show slides 5 and 6 again? All right. Think about that. The next thing is here, and I'm going to answer all questions as well, guys. Here's everything that you'll get. You're also going to get these 7 bonus mini courses worth a total of $4,046. They're yours free when you're one of the first 7 people to order from this session, whether you pay the full price or you get in at that discounted scholarship price, right? So you'll get this freebie number 1, the KCF Interstellar Launch Strategy. This shows you how to launch your books the right way. This is part of the secret sauce and key to the success of some of our most profitable books and the highest grossing students, right? You'll also get freebie number 2, the socializer scaling method. This is how we see up to a 400% increase in sales using what's taught in this model, right? You'll also get freebie gift number 3, the money multiplicity model. This shows you how to scale your business beyond Amazon so that you can also publish and sell your books on other platforms. You'll also get access to our Facebook group community, right? So you get free access to our special group here. And then freebie gift number 5, you'll get the Kindle list magnets. These are 15 done for you email templates. Email list building is so important. If you are an author, if you're someone that's publishing digital content, you're not building out a list, you're missing the boat. So this module shows you how to build a list and monetize that list. Almost everyone that's heard about this training right now that you're on, you heard about it from an email that you received. Freebie gift number 6, the hottest niches plus finding your perfect genre. So you'll get that as well, right? And then you'll also get the 15-year-old's $3,000 a month digital real estate system. So this is a training that I did for my 15-year-old son, Tyler, when he was 15. And you'll see how you'll see how he was able to earn $1,200 in just 7 days. Right, and was off and running from there. So I want to congratulate everyone that has gotten in so far. Again, you can go in and get in by going to kindlecashflow.com/order. All right, or if you see an order button, you can click that. Here's everything that you're going to get. Now we have 2 different programs. We have this home study program, right, which is the Kindle Cashflow program that you can get into right now. It's typically $4,997. That's what the price increase has been. You can get in for $997, or you can also join our coaching program. So we also have a coaching program where you can come in and you can join our coaching program. This is $12,000. You can sign up for a coaching program by going to kindlecashflow.com/fastpass, right? So you'll see either one. So if you come over here and you visit kindlecashflow.com/order, that's going to take you to a page that looks like this. Right? And you can make one of 2 different payments. You can get in for one payment of $997, or you can make 2 payments of $549. So you'll make one payment now, one payment later, right? And this will expire soon. Or you can also join our coaching program, which is kindlecashflow.com FastPass program. So kindlecashflow.com/FastPass. And that page looks like this. This is our $12,000 coaching program. So you can come over here. You can make one payment of $12,000, or you can put a deposit down now and then make 3 payments of $4,997 a month later, or 7 payments of $2,497 a month, or 15 payments of $1,250 a month, or 19 payments of $997 a month. So you have 2 different options here, guys. 2 different options. And if you look at some of our most successful students, right? So here's Nate. Nate is doing $25,000.
What's going on? This is Nate Mascari. Just wanted to make this quick video about the Kindle Cashflow FastPass coaching. I booked my call back in October, and in this past month, last month I made over $15,000. Looking to probably make around 25,000 this month as I keep releasing books. If you're thinking about joining the Fast Pass program, I would book a call as soon as you can. Good luck.
Right. Here's one of our other students. This is Seth Taylor. Oh, I think it's,
Fast Pass coach is about Sid.
I'm gonna start his over. Let me see if I can start over. But guys, we have, I saw where Demarest just got in, so we have one more spot. If you're looking to get in on a scholarship and save $4,000 and get in at $997, we have, I'm sorry, we had 2 people in, we had Demarest that just got in. So we have 2 more slots. So here is Seth, and
Fast Pass coach is about 7-8 months ago. Guys, my name is Seth Taylor. I booked a call with the Kindle Cash Flow. Fast Pass coach is about 7-8 months ago. And this past month, I did $21,000 in sales and plan on making it 30 this next month. So if you're interested, go ahead and book a call with the coaches and get started.
so Seth is one of our, I mean, we've got the 2 different programs. You can join either one. You can join our $12,000 Fast Pass program, or you can join our $5,000 now discounted to $997 Kindle Cash Flow program. All right, so Kindle Cash Flow program. I'm going to jump back into this, and I will answer all questions. So please make sure that you post your questions, and I will answer them. All right. Yes, the Fast Pass is the coaching program. Like the Fast Pass, I'm going to sign up for the coaching program. That's the one. I mean, both of them are great. Here's the difference, right? So the Fast Pass program, here's what you get. You get VIP access to elite Kindle experts. This is our $12,000 coaching program. A self-publishing 2-box with bonus resources. You get accelerated training videos to skyrocket your success even further. You get self-publishing talk videos with certified Kindle publishing coaches. You get new content and videos added over time so that you always stay up to date on the latest strategies that will accelerate your business, right? And then we just added our exclusive members only fully customized roadmap call, right? This is held with our coach Sue White, and then our coach Caroline Trainer. They do those Fast Pass roadmap calls, right? I think we actually have one that's coming up. We also have our twice monthly Zoom group training calls just like this. Let me ask you a question. Who here is in the Fast Pass already? If you're in a Fast Pass already, put me. Because I think we have some Fast Pass members that are watching this. So if you're in a Fast Pass, put me. All right. Big Achievers, says Jane Johnson. Thank you, Jane. All right. Jennifer Mathis, Tara. And you might not be able to see all the comments, guys. If you can't see all the comments, if you can see the comments, put me in the chat box as well. If you can see the comments, put me. But you may not be able to see all of them. All right. So now here's the thing. That's our coaching program. All right. You can order online to get into the Fast Pass program. As you saw, we've got a ton of people that are in this. What do you guys who are in the Fast Pass program think of it? Honest, what are your thoughts about it here? You can order the Fast Pass program by going to kindlecashflow.com/fastpass, or you can speak to a coach. If you want to talk to someone before getting into the Fast Pass program, you can schedule a call to speak to a coach. And by going to kindlecashflow.com, all right, /call. So Jennifer Mathis says, I love it. Wonderful family to belong to. Betty Powell says it's breathtaking. Joy says it's excellent. Rhoda says the onboarding is tomorrow. Thank you, Rhoda, for that. I actually just spoke to Coach Caroline earlier today. Sue says it is a great program and family. Thank you, Sue. Aaron says, I love it. Such a good info and supportive community. Georgiana says, I think the Fast Pass program is the best for me. Right? Tara says, I love the community. Betty Powell says, breathtaking. I think I might have saw that. Ty, if you buy the shares of my company, please, I will. What's your company? Christina says, I can. All right. Now, here's the other program that we have. So we have the Fast Pass program, right, where you can go in and you can get in with a coach, but we also have our home study program, right? This is a decent program as well. This is a program where it comes with the Welcome to the Kindle Cash Flow Family Alliance module. You also will get the Automation Domination module, which shows you how to successfully set up your KDP account. You'll get Market Research Profit Maximizer. We actually have one more slot available for this program here because I saw a few people who signed up since I last mentioned. You'll get the outsourcing magic module, you get formatting your Kindle ebooks for maximum sales, you get the biomagnet module, how to publish your Kindle ebooks on Amazon. You'll get the how to build a massive list of readers or female marketing module, and then you'll get all of these bonuses as well. And this is normally $4,997. Now we increase the price, but you can get it for $997, right? By going to kindlecashflow.com/order. Now, here's the thing. If there's anyone that wants to get into either one of these programs and you don't have the money, we do have financing options that can help you. So you can go over to kindlecashflow.com/financing, all right, and apply for financing, and we can help you to get the financing that you need to become part of this program. All right, so you can do that. The thing is, the financing is only available in the US. Takes you 2 minutes to go in and apply. Take a screenshot of this page or go in and visit kindlecashflow.com/financing now so that you have it before I leave out. But you'll be able to go in, all right, and apply for financing, and you can get the money that you need to join either one of these programs, right? Literally, what happens is you'll go in and apply. This is what the form looks like, right? It's going to ask you for your social security number. It is a very secure form. We've been using this company for about 4 years now, all right? Right, Jim Stokes says the fast pass is forever. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, no, Jim, you are grandfathered in, so you're right, 100%, all right? Right, so the minimum dollar amount that you can apply for is $1,000. So when you go in and apply, just put $1,000 here, all right? Now, if you're looking to get into the Fast Pass program, make sure that you put 15,000 here, all right? Because you want to overshoot instead of undershoot, so put 15,000 there, right? So after applying, you're going to you'll get multiple pre-approval offers, each stating how much you have been pre-approved for. The next day, our rep from FlexFi Financing will call you to verify how the funds should be sent to you. So they'll send you the funds, they'll deposit them into your bank account. They will call from this number, 772-281-4380, right? So make sure that you add that number to your phone so that you do not miss when they call. And it will take 1 to 2 business days for the money to be deposited into your bank account. Once the funds have been deposited into your bank account, you can then go to kindlecashflow.com/order if you want to get into the Kindle Cashflow program, all right? But by then it might be back to the $4,997 price point. Or if you want to join our $12,000 Fast Pass program, you can go over to kindlecashflow.com/fastpass. So please write these down, type these down, visit the sites now so that you have them. Or you can schedule a call to speak to one of our coaches by going to kindlecashflow.com/call. And if these prices are beyond, like if you can't get in at these prices, like if you need some help, speak to a coach. Just go over to kindlecashflow.com/call and talk to a coach, and they'll do everything that they can to help you, right? Because this is the family, this is the community. We do want to help everyone get in, right? We understand that not everyone may have it, so at least you can go in and speak to a coach. Now, once you go in and apply for financing using this page here, you are going to see a couple of offers. So you'll get multiple offers just like this. And you go in, you choose the one that works best for you, all right? So it's super, super, super simple. Very, very simple, right? Now, remember, I asked, what do these people all have in common? Again, they have taken it upon themselves. They're like, if it's to be, it is up to me. I'm going to be the one that changes my situation. This is why we have students that do so well, like Brian Topshire, right? Who now, he started as a student and now he's a coach. And that's what happens with many of our students. Our students, they start off as a student, they see phenomenal results, and then they want to help other people to get to these same levels of results. Our coach Caroline started as a student, right? She's crushing it. She has Kindle books that are now on the table to be turned into Hallmark movies. Think about that. But she started right here with the Fast Pass, actually. Belief is everything, guys. I want to ask you a question. Do you believe that you can make $10 a day with Kindle publishing? All right. The Kindle, so David is asking, so the community support is only part of the coaching program, right? No, there's community support for the home study course as well. 100%, David. There's a community support for both. all right? Now, Fast Pass members, they get both. So Fast Pass members, they get the Fast Pass community, but they also get access to the Kindle Cashflow coaching, not coaching, but home study course community, all right? So there you go, right? Yeah, absolutely. So what is the plan for financing outside of the US? So set up a call with our coaches. So going to kindlecashflow.com/call and tell them that I said that you're outside of the country and that we should work with you, right? How long does Fast Pass program last? It's absolutely 1 year, Caroline. So it's 1 year. So everyone else is grandfathered in. So all of you guys that came in already, Jim Stokes and everyone else, Georgina, you guys are grandfathered in. All right. So you guys are forever Fast Pass members, forever. All right. Everyone that's getting in right now. Well, you know what? I'm going to do this. If you're someone that is serious about getting into the Fast Pass, Caroline, and if you get in today, I'll grandfather you in just like everyone else. All right. And we'll give you access to it for the next 2 years. All right. So we'll do that. Let's see, what else do we have? So, I mean, this is how we start out. Like, we start you out very small. We start you out getting to a point where you can start to see $10 a day in royalties, right? $5 a day in royalties. Why do we start you out small? Because if we can get your belief, the belief is the biggest part, right? Yeah, Jimmy says I better learn this stuff. Jimmy, you just put me on a hot seat, right? But it's fine. You guys can, you 100% you grandfather that. If we can get you to believe that you can get to $5 or $10 a day, and we start to show you results where you can get $5 or $10 a day, then it's easier for you to come in and now start to generate $50 a day, $100 a day. All right. So that's how it works, guys. All right. So we have that one more slot left. For those who want to go in and get in, make sure that you do it. You get orders that roll in almost hourly once you knock this stuff out the box, once you get it, right? Many of our students are killing it, like Brian here, hundreds of dollars coming in hour after hour. Now, here's the thing. I saw where a couple of people had come in at Betty Power, you are 100%. Some people had came in and they came in at $4,997. I was just checking my phone. There's a couple of people that came in at the $4,997. Here's what I want to do. I want to make it fair because there were some people who came in at the scholarship level at $997, right? I want to go in, I'm going to refund everyone that just ordered at $4,997. I'm going to refund you $4,000 back so that it's fair, so that you're in at $997 as well, all right? And when you order within the next 5 minutes, I'm going to let everyone else who wants to get in also get in for just $997. All right, so for 5 more minutes, I'm going to put a timer on my phone. And actually, let me do this because I just want to make sure it's fair, right? Let's see. I'm going to put a 5-minute timer on so everyone that gets in can get in at $997. 5-minute timer. And after that, I'm going to close out the webinar and I'm going to close out the option for anyone to get in at $997. It's going to go back to the $4,997. All right. Now I want to ask you a question here. We have this triple your money back guarantee. So you go through the entire Kindle Cashflow program, just the home study course, watch every video on the training, open your Amazon KDP account, publish your first 10 books using the process that we teach. And if within 6 months, you have not made back the amount of money that you paid for the KCF home study program, I will give you 3 times what you paid for this program back. All right. That's how much confidence that we have in this thing. That's how much confidence that I have in this program because I have students, we have students that are just rocking it with this. Right. So I want to ask you a question. Who here has not gotten in yet? Who here has not gotten into the program yet, but want to get in? If you want to get in, put me into the. So Christine, Curry, you're not in. Who else has not gotten in? And I want to ask you a question. Why haven't you gotten in? Is it money or confidence? All right. Thank you, Joyce. All right. Is it money or confidence? Like, why haven't you gotten in? It's typically when people don't make a decision and they know that the decision is for the best. All right, think about it. It's usually because they either don't have the money or they don't have the confidence. All right. If the money is an issue, I'll get you in regardless, right? So go in and fill out the financing form. If you're in the US, go to kindlecashflow.com/financing and fill that out. Here, if you want to join the, and here's how you're gonna decide which one you want to get into. If you want to get into the coaching program, the Fast Pass coaching program, put $15,000 here, where it says amount requested. If you want to get into the home study program, the Kindle Cashflow program, put $1,000 here, where it says amount requested. All right, does that make sense, LaBarbara? And Jai and everyone else? Right? Now, the other thing is, if you are outside of the US and you need help with financing or you need help with a payment plan or anything, go over to kindlecashflow.com/call and schedule a call with a coach, right? And they will get you in, right? Okay. Where are you at on the form? Labara, I'm not sure what I mean. Jai, what do you mean by that? So if you're outside the US and you need help with financing, just schedule a call. 17,000 students. This is me here. Right? 17,000 members in this group here. Right? These are our coaches here. Let me show you all of our coaches here. Zotan, Sandy, Seth, Leonard, Dez, right? This is our staff here. Sherry's our customer support chief. Sue White, one of our coaches. Michael Lopez, he's the guy that's doing $41,000. I just showed it here. All right? Michael Joshua, he makes over $10,000 a month publishing children's books. So this is our community here, guys. Like, you're not alone here. This is not a program where you come in and you're just left alone. Okay? You get full access to a complete community. All right? We get people that come in here all the time. Here's Zotan. He just posted his results. Look at this. He made $10,589. It's been a while since I shared my results, but I feel like there are a few useful lessons in this one. So here we go. All right. So look at this. Here's someone else. May I introduce you to our newest Kindle Cashflow and FastPass coaching student. This person got both programs, the Kindle Cashflow program and the FastPass. That's the end of our timer there. So if you did not get in, I apologize, guys. That is it. So if you did not get in, that is it. All right? It's too late. Money loves speed. So, I mean, here we have some people that are sharing their book covers. I'm not going to show you too much because I don't want to reveal any of our students' covers and titles and things like that. Right? But this is a community where you get access to everything that you need. So if money is an issue, again, you go in and apply for financing, kindlecashflow.com/financing. And if you're outside of the United States, you set up a call to speak to a coach, kindlecashflow.com/call. Make sure you stick to that time that you schedule a call with them, right? You're going to get reminders, right? And if confidence is an issue, we have a community where you can come in, you can get help for anything that you need. So everything you need to be successful with is included in both programs, all right? So that is it, guys. I'm going to sit around and I'll answer questions. I'm going to leave this screen up. What questions do you have? It could be about anything. It could be about AI. It could be about anything that I just covered. It could be about the programs. I'll sit here and I'm going to answer some questions for you. What questions do you have? Let me go over and see. What do we have? Zotan is awesome. I've chatted with him a few times. Yeah, he actually is a great guy. All right. Thank you, Jane, for putting the link there. The links. Great presentation. Good to see you all. Good to see you, Jane. I'll see you tomorrow on the Money Morning Meetup as well. All right. Who here wants access to a free resource that we give to our community? It's called the Money Morning Meetup, where you can go in and you can join us. We get together every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. And we talk about improving yourself as an individual. We talk about reaching new heights in your business. Tomorrow, we have a special guest that's going to come in. He's going to talk about legacy building and wealth generation, right? David, you're not in. So here, you guys can go to Libera, no calls available for February. Where did you go to? Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Go to, I gave you guys the wrong link. It should be, go to kindlecashflow.com/speed. That's it. If you try to book a call and you did not get in, it should be kindlecashflow.com/speed. All right. So if you go there, let me fix this. Thank you for sharing that with me. So it should be speed. If you tried to go in and book a call, that's it. All right. Absolutely, Jim. Face plant. All right. Is the link in FastPass for the Money Morning Meetup? I'm going to give it to you in just a minute. All right. I'll see you tomorrow, Betty, on the Money Morning Meetup. I'll see you. So let me just make sure that everyone who wants to book a call can do so, because I just made a mistake. And then I'm going to give you guys the link to the Monday Morning Meetup. So here, yes. So it's going to be kindlecashflow.com/speed. I just put it in the slides here. So here's where it should be. So can you guys see that link? kindlecashflow.com/speed. That's what it's going to be. And then I'm going to give you the link to, I'm going to replace this in all of my slides really quickly. Bear with me here. So kindlecashflow.com/speed. All right. There we go. That's where you can go in. And thank you, Jim. Thank you, David. All right. So now to join us for the Monday morning meetup, here's where you can go in and do that. Let me give you that link. I'm going to open up a new slide here, and then I'll type it on the screen so that you can see it. All right, so here's where you can join us for the Monday morning meetup. And you guys I'm going to give you free access to this. All right, so for the you come into the Monday morning meetup and you're going to see how great of a community we have. All right. So you can go to tycohen.com/MMM and then register. And then when you register, you'll see the Zoom link. So it'll be a Zoom link just like this. And we just get a ton of people on these things. So make sure you go in and join us. All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Georgina. All right. Absolutely. Georgina says that feels special to be part of this very special, positive family and community. Thank you. Yes. All right. Thank you, Jai, for the great content. He says, thank you. Absolutely. I want to ask you guys a question. Like, start thinking about this. Like, what will you do once you start making money with KCF? All right. Put it into the chat. Like, this is how you start to reach your goals, just by dreaming. Like, just by dreaming, like what is it that you'll do? Like, what is it that you'll start to do once you start to make money with this thing? Put it into the chat box. Like, it doesn't hurt to dream at all. All right. Right. Here's some of the things that myself and our students have done with the money that we've made from Kindle publishing. Open businesses, quit our jobs, right? Have more me time. Go back to having hobbies, spend time with your loved ones. I'm going back to college and university, right? Shopping, saving, helping family members, building a new house, getting a new car, getting out of debt. There's so many different things that you can do, right? So here we go again. Both programs, you can get into the FastPass program for $12,000 by visiting kindlecashflow.com/FastPass, or you can speak to a coach by going to kindlecashflow.com/speed. All right, so speed is what it should be. I'm going to actually replace this one too. I don't know what's going on with PowerPoint. This is not even PowerPoint. This is TeamViewer here. Well, not TeamViewer, but it is just not working right. All right, so that's what it's going to be. All right, guys. What questions do you have about anything that I've talked about here? Any questions at all? What questions do you have? Let me know. All right. And let's see what's coming up in the chat box here as I fix this. And here's an example. Things don't have to be perfect, guys, right? You just have to get going. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, the biggest lesson that you can learn in life is just to, like, get going. Like, that's it. The procrastination will just hurt you big time. Right? So just get going is going to be like the biggest thing for you ever. All right. Let's see. What else? What questions do you guys have here? Let me. This is where you would go to schedule a call to speak to a coach. Right. So it's going to be speed. My slides are acting up here. You're being a hater. Right, so there you go. That's where you go. Now let me get back to the questions box, and I think that most of the questions might have been answered. I'm using another pen name for my other genre. Is this correct? 100%, Georgiana. 100%. You want to use a different pen name per genre. All right. Great question there, actually. Great question. What else do we have? How can you please educate me and pay you later? Speak to a coach. would you put a URL in your book to help lead people to say an opt-in page to build? Yeah, absolutely. I would put it in, but don't over flood it because you don't want it to look spammy. All right. So just be very careful. And we actually talk about that in the Kindle Cashflow home study program, as well as the coaching program. Yeah, you can get your book up. Betty Powell is saying, tell them how fast they can get their first book up. You can get a book up really quickly. If we have issues with the program, who can we talk to? I'm going to show you exactly who you can talk to. All right. I'm going to show you how you can reach us. So you can go over and you can reach us at customer support. So if you go to kindlecashflow.com/support, so it's going to look like this, kindlecashflow.com/support, and you'll have multiple options of reaching us. You can call us, you can send us an email, you can reach us by live chat. All right, you'll see a live chat button here. Right, so you have multiple ways to reach us, right? So multiple ways to reach us. So now when you're ready to go in and speak to a coach, you can also go in and qualify. So if you go to kindlecashflow.com/speed, you'll choose whichever option here makes sense, right? If you're in the US, you'll go over here, right? You click here to apply for funding. That's going to open up both of these buttons here. You can go here and apply for funding, follow all of the instructions here. Then you can book a call after you pre-qualify, right? Let's see what other questions do we have that have come in. Help my Chrissy, reach out to me. She says, help my sick daughter who loves to write to do this. Reach out to me, Chrissy, right? Reach out to me on Facebook Messenger. Yes, so put in $1,000 to borrow and green for type, yes. Absolutely. All right, guys, we'll see you. Christine, go take your dog out. And that is it, right? One more person can get in. If you guys want, if there's anyone else that wants to get in at that scholarship price point, I'll let you guys in at the scholarship price point. I will tell you this, though. I will warn you that if you are looking to get into the FastPass program, do so as soon as possible because the price will be increasing to $20,000 shortly. So if you're looking to get into this program, do so now. Just like the price on this one increased, all right? This one will increase as well because we have a lot of people that are in this program. We want to make sure that we start to slow down the number of people that are coming into it, right? So that is it. I'm going to leave both of these up. Stay well. Good night, good morning, good afternoon. We have people that are across the planet here watching. Stay blessed. I'll see you guys. And I'll see you on the Monday morning meetup tomorrow. tycoin.com/MMM, all right?
In ChatGPT, taking that ebook and then putting it in this